Hi Inovecians, it's Julia here with another video on the skills that you're going to need for the Inovec sweater. The skill that I'm going to cover in this video is the knit one below increase, which is given, in our pattern by the abbreviation KB increase. The first place it appears is in the yoke, and the yoke of the sweater is the neck expanding down to the shoulders. So we're going to do that pretty significantly through that yoke section. And the first time you see this stitch is in round 5, where we do it every 2 stitches. So that means there's going to be a lot of stitches increased. And then it'll also occur in rounds 15 and 25 and 35 as well. And each time we're going to spread out those increases a little bit more. And in the next row, we're going to cover them up with a nice little crossed stitch as a decorative flourish. Now, there's 2 types of knit below. There's the knit below increase, which we're going to do, and then there's just knit below, which is often used in a decorative way, especially for something called fisherman's rib. It kind of creates a nice fluffy bigger version of the knit stitch. But we're not going to do that. We're going to do the increase, and I'll show you what it should look like on my my pink friend. Now I know that this isn't perfect, but I tried to adjust my camera a little bit. What it does is it takes 1 stitch and it splits it into 2. Let me move my hair. So you'll be able to see that there's 1 stitch and then sort of 2 bunny ear stitches coming out of it. So let's see if I can get an example. Here we go. I found one. So here, I'm trying to figure this out. Here I had a stitch, and then you notice 2 of them, 2 stitches are coming out from here. And that's very different from the straight vertical columns that I got before, but this is diverged. And that's created by the knit below increase. So I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm just going to do it across the whole row. So first I'm going to do my I've got my camera right in front of my knitting, so I have to kind of dance around it. Okay. So what this row 5 asks us to do is knit 2 and then do the increase and repeat that all the way across. So I'm just going to do a bunch of these. Whoop. Got to get my hands in the right place. All right, so I'm going to knit 2. And then we're going to see how this goes. Now, what this relies on is it relies on you understanding that between every row of stitches, you can see the little horizontal lines that form the loops. Okay, they're like little ladder rungs. And so if you pull apart the rows beneath the next stitch, you'll keep seeing these little ladder pieces. Okay. So your knit 1 below means that you're going to go into one of the little squares created by those ladders. So we have the current next stitch on the needle. And so I could put my needle straight into there. That would be the regular stitch, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to look below it to the first one of those empty squares. So you should see that there's a little, I can pull it apart more, a little square right there. It's not the one that's on the needle, but it's right below. And I'm going to go through that square from front to back, just like I'm knitting a normal stitch. So you see, now it's transparent. That's the hole. I'm going to stick my needle in there, and I'm going to do a stitch, and I'm going to bring it off the needle, but notice the original stitch from the top row is still there. So I'm not going to slip that off. Then I'm going to knit through that one as well, like normal. And I'm going to slip it off. So what's happened is the row below has now grown 2 stitches out of it. And they look like little bunny ears right now. See, they're together and the rest of them are each separate in one column of stitches. So I'm going to do it again. I'm going to knit 2. And if you know anything about getting a better camera, let me know. Okay, so now I'm ready to do the knit below increase again. So remember, I'm not going to go through the stitch that is right on the needle. I'm going to look for the stitch that's below it, so the rectangle formed by the little ladders. I'm going to knit through that. And then I'm going to knit through the stitch, excuse me, that was on the needle before. And slip it off. So again, you should see a nice stitch in the row below and then 2 bunny earring out of that. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to knit 2. Okay, so remember, I'm not going to go through here. I'm going to go through this first little square that I see. Boop. And now I'm going to knit through the stitch that was on the needle to begin with. Yeah, now I got 2 little bunny ears coming out of there, but it looks like there's 1 stitch below. Okay, I'm going to do it again. I'm going to knit 2. Okay. Oh yeah, oh, look at that. Oh, I've got it. You see that square? Oh, when I pull it apart, you can see it even better. That square right there. Oh, I'm going to go right into it from front to back. I'm going to knit. And then I'm going to knit the stitch that was originally on the needle. Woo. Yeah, if you can pull your work apart a little bit, you can really see this. I'm going to knit 2 again. Okay. Now I'm going to pull apart the stitch on the next needle. Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh. I'm going to go through and then knit that. If you weren't doing the increase, you would just do the knit below and then you would slip the stitch off the needle right away with the old one. Okay, now I'm going to knit 2 again. I'm going to look for my little square there. Boop. Saying boop is not necessary. And then I'm going to slip that off. So you see that you've got a nice fat stitch, and in the row next to it you've got 1 higher because that one was done on the correct row. This one was done from the row below, so it should be parallel to the one below there, and then 2 little bunny ears coming off of it. Okay, now I'm going to knit 2 again. I should get a manicure for these. Okay, and then boop, that first square. Oh yeah, that's a really good view. Look at that. See, it's not on there. It's on the row below. Yeah. Now I knit it through. And you can see that it's coming out of the row below. It's not coming out from up here like you normally like. And then you knit it again. Okay, so when you look back at your stitches, you should see two regular ones, and then you should see a funky one with bunny ears coming out of it. Yeah, so that's the knit one below increase, and it'll help you make your yoke of your sweater a lot bigger. And then, as I said, the next row after we do this one will be a crossed stitch to make a nice decorative flourish over top. All right, so hopefully that helps. Feel free to cheat on me with other videos or pictures if you like still pictures. And my next video is going to be about those pesky short rows. So I'll see you there.